Yes, but you are glowing. Just I have a free saucepan from Pripyat and you don't. Nah. These gentlemen are clearly busy with their thoughts. Stay cool. We're just walking past.
Will I be murdered?
No,
Will I be raped?
just a little bit.
Let's find out.
Здравствуйте, ребята.
А ну, чики-брики в дамке!
And now you are bankrupt.
Ты чё, баклан?
Welcome, блядь. We Slavs are very cheerful, open and friendly people. We drink vodka, dance and make борщ every day. That's what Western spies believe for some reason. Who the hell told you that? No, that's bullshit. Go away. There. Where? There. Нахуй. We don't like people. We don't like борщ. And we don't like that we don't like it. We try to relax sometimes, to drink some beer, but we don't like it. So when we see a Western spy in a Slavic country, dressed nicely, in clothes, fresh, smiling, our fingers are itching to press F. Because he is going to get a whack now. But you, my comrade, you've learned English. You write comments in the language of Shakespeare. That's it. Too uncareful. Now you have a foreign friend. He will be acting far too bold, and the responsibility will fall on you. And now you deal with it. So, that is you. That is your friend. A happy bald potato. And he is like...
I am in Russia's poorest town.
Just not Moscow. Let's go.
It's not often that you come to Russia's poorest town.
No, look, the restaurant. Pizza Republic.
Poorest republic in Russia.
I see you've really invested in this trip. It is the poorest town in Russia. Блядь.
I'm in the poorest town in Russia.
Do you have a travel plan? Museums? Theaters?
Let's go and check out what statues they have in the poorest town in Russia.
There.
Wow.
This is the poorest town in Russia. This isn't Moscow.
Wow.
What? Just people? The same as anywhere else. Okay. Come on, go say hello.
Здравствуйте, ребята. Как нравится здесь живут? Нормально? Круто.
You're quite good at Russian.
You see these guys, they like living in the poorest town in Russia, they said.
That's what they said. Let's go find some cafe.
A cafe in the poorest town in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty damn tasty. I like being in Russia's poorest town. I could probably live here for a little while.
You like it that much. So then you need the necessary things. What is necessary for a Londoner? Malls, hospitals.
Let's have a look at the old football stadium.
Блядь.
Nothing but bottles of wine and beer and
Well, it's the poorest stadium in town.
poorest town in Russia.
I suppose when you're the poorest town in Russia, you can't afford a
Lawnmower.
Comrade, it's abandoned. You buy vodka and drink it with hobos in here.
Well, alright.
I bet you could do it. Comrade. Boiled potato, where are you?
Согласен?
Не богатый, не бедный.
Ну вот, ну все равно хороший здесь. Ну вот, я согласен.
That's it. He now will think he's delirious from vodka. You are the first Brit in here. Ever. Here you go, the ambulance.
See you later. The Lada 112. That's the sort of cars people drive here. In the poorest town in Russia. The war memorial in the poorest town in Russia.
And you are
Ой, я не ожидал, что люди здесь. Здравствуйте.
climbing it already.
Some couple of women hiding behind the tank. I don't know what they're up to.
Чего, блядь?
Maybe they're trying to hide from an everyday stress and life difficulties in the quietest corner in town.
Maybe making a little bit of cash on the side, as you do in the poorest town in Russia, no doubt. That was the poorest memorial in Russia, no doubt. And look, even hot chicks in the poorest town in Russia walking past. Look at the hottie.
Чего, блядь?
Wow, the poorest hot chick in Russia.
And what lesson can we learn from this?
Even in the poorest town in Russia, there are hot women.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Чего?
American, да?
Anglichanin.
Англичан.
Yep, poorest town in Russia. Lenin. Let's go and check out Lenin. Here we are at the statue of Lenin in the poorest town in Russia.
Yeah, but what's so special about it?
You see, no matter how poor a town, they've decided to spend money on old Uncle Lenin.
Wise words. You like Lenin, comrade?
Or was it Uncle Stalin? Who cares? This is it. This is the poorest shop in Russia, you could say.
You could. You said.
I love the way that they've got the bikinis next to the jumpers, next to the towels, next to the random pair of shoes, and then everything that a Russian likes. Some lemonade, bog paper, and some, what are they called? Sunflower seeds.
Trying to work out how poor the shop is. No, the poorest.
A giant pair of underpants for just £1.20.
For you, I'll sell it for a single pound as a tourist. Comrade, what are you doing?
Bargain.
Блять.
До свидания, спасибо.
Finally, we're home. Almost.
So, this is an apartment building in the poorest town in Russia.
Yeah. You call my apartment the poorest, you sleep outside.
Look at this beautiful architecture. You could settle down with a local hottie
I guess.
or a babushka and build a life here
The poorest life.
in the poorest town in Russia. I hope you've enjoyed the excursion
The poorest excursion in Russia.
to the poorest town in Russia.
Блять. That was just a small little sample of what awaits you if you mess around with Western spice. The tiny one. The poorest. If you liked it, write boiled potato in the comments. And if you didn't like it, Comrade Bold and Bankrupt, deal with it and write boiled potato anyway. And that's all for today. My name is Mark. Subscribe, comment, subscribe to our Patreon, and Twitch, like and See you next time! Блять!